Clippers do so right that convinced Kawhi Leonard to sign with them?
Well, they traded for Paul George tonight, and they are sending to Oklahoma City essentially a record collection of draft picks, 4 first-round picks, 4 unprotected future first-round picks, a protected future first-round pick, 2 pick swaps, and outstanding rookie point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari for Paul George. Paul George came to the Thunder in the last couple of days and asked to be traded to the Clippers. He wanted to play with Kawhi Leonard, and to get this deal done to stave off the Lakers, stave off the Toronto Raptors, the Los Angeles Clippers, Steve Ballmer, Lawrence Frank, their president, made a decision to make really a historic commitment to deliver 2 All-Stars to their team. And now in Staples Center, it's Paul George and Kawhi Leonard against Anthony Davis, LeBron James.
From what you're hearing, with Paul George going to the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, if OKC didn't help to make that trade happen, would Kawhi Leonard have gone ahead and picked the Clippers if George was not coming with him?
I don't believe Kawhi Leonard was going to go to the Clippers without a second star coming in. I think essentially Kawhi Leonard's position in these last couple of days to all the teams was, I'm maybe going to go to the best team and the team that loads up. And the Clippers were the team that had to make a move to bring in a second star. There is more talent with the Lakers, with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Obviously, the team he left in Toronto. The Clippers had been Kawhi Leonard's focus for this entire process, but they needed to improve themselves. They go out and get Paul George, and now you have these 2 elite bookend forwards to play together, but they paid a steep price. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, their first-round pick last year, had an outstanding rookie season. Patrick Beverley will be their point guard now, but the Clippers, faced with the idea of Kawhi Leonard set shop in their own building with the Lakers and what that big 3 would have looked like, or even him going back to Toronto, they went all in a way that we have not seen a team previous go all in.
This is amazing. Adrian Wojnarowski, you've been following it all along. Hard to predict.
Stephen A. Smith now. Steve, what was your reaction when you heard about not only Kawhi Leonard heading to the Clippers, but also the trade involving Paul George?
Well, stunned to say the least. The Paul George part is what's stunning. We all knew that in terms of Kawhi Leonard and where he might end up. We all knew it was going to be the Clippers, the Lakers, or the Toronto Raptors. And for the last week or 2, we've been hearing the Lakers, the Lakers, the Lakers. And then the Clippers kept saying to people like myself and others, excuse me, that ain't going to happen. I had one Clipper tell me there's no way in hell he's going to the Lakers. He's going to choose us, or he's going to stay in Toronto. So when you heard that Kawhi Leonard was going to end up a Clipper, that wasn't too surprising when you consider the fact that you have the richest owner in sports. You have one of the greatest executives in the history, if not the greatest executive in the history of the sport, in Jerry West, who obviously is the right-hand man of Steve Ballmer. And you have a Hall of Fame caliber coach in Doc Rivers, who, no disrespect to anybody else, but clearly is an upgrade from Frank Vogel. So you look at the Clippers organization, their mentality is that we're in a better situation right now. Lakers missed the playoffs 6 straight years. We just won 48 games, battled against the reigning champions in the first round, Golden State at the time. Where the shocker comes in is Paul George, because Paul George had an opportunity to be a Laker. Certainly things didn't work out in terms of Magic Johnson trying to acquire him, but as a free agent, he was free to go if he had so chose and had wanted to. And instead, he stayed in OKC. His relationship with Russell Westbrook obviously was considered to be stellar. Yes, they did get bounced out in the first round by the Portland Trail Blazers. We all saw Damian Lillard hit that shot over Paul George to win the series. But to hear that Paul George ultimately approached OKC after being recruited by Kawhi Leonard and asking to be traded, and then for this to happen where essentially 5 different picks along with 2 players are given up by the Los Angeles Clippers, it's one thing to see Kawhi end up a Clipper. It's another thing to see the Clippers pull off getting him with Paul George. That is a shocker.
All right, so now what's the pecking order in the West now? How much better are the Clippers? Are they the favorite in the West now?
I think you have to give them the edge. I couldn't believe that anybody would come to me with a proposition that would say there's somebody better than the Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But the Clippers were clearly a better team this year. And when you talked about them getting Kawhi Leonard, you only thought about him. But if you have Kawhi Leonard with Paul George and you have two stars on your team with the Los Angeles Clippers, with the depth that they have, with the coaching staff that they have, with the resources that they have, etc. I can't knock anybody right now who would think that the Clippers might very well be above the Lakers in the pecking order, particularly since, for the most part, they have a team, whereas in the case of the Los Angeles Lakers, you still have to construct one because they've got a roster to fill out with LeBron and AD.
We've got a great rivalry here in Los Angeles in the same building beginning next season. Stephen, we appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for watching.